Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to discuss the current state of my prediction and how that will be affected by Roshi's background color. So those of you who are new to the channel, I have 3 characters that I predicted to be the most likely, certainly not guaranteed, but the most likely characters to be added in Season 3, which was Omega Shenron, Raditz, and Master Roshi. And like I've expressed before, not necessarily in that order. Now, I did think there was a possibility that there was financial incentive to save Roshi for last, but that idea was incorrect, and they released Roshi as the 3rd DLC in Season 3. So just a little bit after the trailer was revealed of Master Roshi, a viewer on this channel, Phantom God XX, commented saying that they had an idea that Roshi was going to be the blue background because of his blue shaded glasses. To be honest, I didn't even notice the blue shades, so thank you Phantom for posting that comment. So now let's discuss the likelihood of this actually happening, that Roshi is taking the blue background, and what the ramifications would be to my prediction if that were to happen. So if we look at the color lineup, we see blue, green, and then a golden brown background color in that order. And Master Roshi is the next DLC character. But that does not mean that Roshi is guaranteed to be the blue spot because he is the next DLC character. Because if we look at the Season 2 color lineup, we see that the 3rd color on the list was green, which we know went to Dragon Ball Super Broly, which we know was the last character to be released in Season 2. And then just under green is light blue, which we know went to Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, which was second last character to be released in Season 2. And in case you're just noticing for the first time, the brown got replaced by a dark blue for GT Goku. But with Roshi fitting 2 colors on the background lineup right now, the chances of him replacing one of the colors or not matching one of the colors is pretty low. But I will say there's a very small chance that something like that could happen. So if we go back to the Season 3 color lineup, we can see that due to past evidence, blue being at the top doesn't necessarily mean that the next character will be blue. But he could be, and he could also be the gold color as well. Now, some people might be thinking, well, it might be more likely to be the blue glasses because they usually crop off the top part of the character in the image that they attach to the background color. I initially thought this might be the case, but then I remembered Dragon Ball Z Broly. The top part of his torso was still cropped into the background image, but the top red part of his pants was still shown on his character, and that ended up being the background color for his DLC picture. So what this kind of tells us is Roshi honestly could be either the blue or the golden brown. If Roshi ends up being the golden brown color, that would be like I thought it would, and I wouldn't change anything with my prediction. I would still say Raditz and Omega Shenron would be the next 2 most likely characters. If he is the blue background though, that will change a lot with my prediction. Because Omega Shenron only fits the blue background. He doesn't fit green and he doesn't fit the golden color. And in the past, I've said 3 out of 16 times a character didn't match their background color, or their background color was replaced by a color that was on the lineup. And 2 characters have come out since then, so that actually makes it 3 out of 18 times that the character didn't match the background color or a color was replaced. And real quickly, for people who don't know, those characters were Goku GT, Zamasu, and Cooler. GT Goku replacing the brown color in Season 2, and Zamasu and Cooler not matching their background color. Though they match each other's background colors, which might suggest that a color for that character still needs to be on the lineup, and it just may not match the character that it's placed with. Which, if you take that into account, then there's really only 1 time out of 18 times that a character was added that a color on the original background lineup didn't match that character. Which would mean there's really only a 5.5% chance that a character added in one of these last 2 slots in Season 3 will be a different color than what's already there. And since Omega Shenron can't match either of them, he would have to rely on that happening if Roshi were to take the blue spot. And then on top of that, just because a character's added that didn't match those last two colors doesn't necessarily mean that it will be Omega Shenron, right? So that lowers his chances even more if Roshi were to take the blue spot. Though he is very popular, and if that were to happen, he would be a likely choice to replace one of the colors. So if you compound both of those things actually happening, statistically he only has about a 2.7% chance of making it in the game if Roshi takes the blue spot. Certainly not something you want to rely on or make a prediction on if that were to happen. So the conclusion of this analysis is my prediction is in jeopardy. And it'll all come down to whether or not Roshi is the blue or golden brown color. But if you have an opinion on what color Roshi will end up being, let me know in the comments. And this video's Wish for Roshi community shoutout is going out to Phantom God XX, the same person we talked about earlier. They're just starting out their YouTube channel with gameplay videos, so go and check them out. And thanks again, Phantom, for inspiring the topic of this video. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Wish for Roshi, and I'll see you in the next video.